We want to try it on our own first. I want you to hear that sentence differently from now on. Most agents hear that and they deflate and they hear a no, but that's not what it is. It's an invitation to show that client who you are and stay close until they're ready. And today I'm going to give you the exact approach. And a quick note, if you're finding value here, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one. And if you ever want to talk through a specific listing situation, my link is in the description below. Book a call on my Calendly and let's have a one-on-one call and let's chat strategy. So why sellers choose for sale by owner? When a seller says they want to try it on their own, they're usually saying one of three things. Number one is that they don't want to pay a commission and they've done the math and they think that they can save money by selling it on their own. Or two, they've heard that it was easy and someone told them the market's hot and homes sell themselves and they'll be able to sell it on their own. Or three, they've not yet found an agent that they trust enough to give the business to. And that third one is your opportunity. If they had a great agent relationship already, they would not be selling by for sale by owner. And the fact that they're telling you that they want to try it alone means that they're open and they just haven't been given a compelling enough reason to commit, and they've never had an agent who actually showed value to be the one that they thought of to come and sell their house. So in those situations, you have to lead with understanding and with empathy. And the biggest mistake that agents make when they hear this objection is they immediately push back and they launch into their pitch about how they're going to get it sold and how doing for sale by owner isn't going to work. And they start listing all the reasons why for sale by owner is a bad idea. And the seller gets defensive and the conversation ends because obviously the seller thought this was a great idea. And now you're combating their idea, making them feel like they're dumb for doing this route. But what you need to do is do the opposite and start with understanding, make them feel understood for their thinking. So what you can say is, look, that makes total sense. A lot of sellers want to test the market on their own first, and I totally respect that. And that one response can change the entire dynamic. Instead of jumping back onto all the reasons why they shouldn't do that, if you just give them an understanding, hey, I see you, I get it. Now they're not going to defend themselves against you and they're more relaxed. And a relaxed person is usually more open to listen. And then you just got to share the data calmly. So now you've dropped their guard. You didn't come at them with all the reasons why their thought is a terrible idea. You came to an understanding and now they're open and receptive. And after you validated that decision, you're going to share those data points. It's going to start as information and not an argument. So you can say something like, hey, I just want to make sure you have all the information. The data generally shows that for sale by owners sell for significantly less than agent represented homes, and often enough that the commission savings actually gets erased. But you know your situation best, and I completely support whatever you decide. And that's it. It's one data point delivered without pressure. You're not trying to win an argument. You're just planting information that they might not know. And that seed of doubt is going to grow on its own because they're not going to be able to get the home sold. They're dealing with all these calls. They don't know how to communicate. They overshare and they're not finding their buyer. So you always want to plant the seed and leave the door open. And before you end the conversation, you're going to plant that seed and say, hey, I'd love to be a resource for you regardless of which direction you go. If you ever have questions about pricing, what buyers are looking for, or how to navigate an offer, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to help in this process. And that offer alone can do something powerful because it positions you as a trusted resource rather than a salesperson. And it means that when they hit their first challenge, they're going to be thinking of you and you're going to be the person they call. So leave them with your card, leave them with your Instagram, your email, all your accolades, whatever it takes, whatever it's easiest to find you. And then make sure you follow up and follow up with the value, because we all know the fortune's in the follow-up. So you got to check in the day after you met, a couple days after you met, next week, 2 weeks, and provide market updates for their neighborhood. Not, hey, have you changed your mind? Just provide value. Say, hey, I was just putting together some data for the area and I saw that 123 Main Street just sold at 1.2. Thought you might want to know since you're working on selling. Hope all is going well. And that touch shows you're paying attention. It adds value. It keeps you top of mind for when things get difficult, which it will, because most for sale by owners who list with an agent eventually do so within that 30 to 90 days of trying it on their own. And the agent they list with is almost always the one who stayed close without being pushy. And sometimes they'll come up with an objection that their neighbor sold their home without an agent and all was fine. And you got to acknowledge that again and say that's great. And it absolutely can happen under the right circumstances. But I would say that every transaction's different and some are simple and some are not. And my role is just to make sure that you have the support. If things get complicated, cover your liability, and a lot of issues come up. They often do. And I genuinely hope it goes smooth for you. But that's it. It's no argument, no fear tactics, just calm professionalism. And you continue to stay top of mind and provide value. And the FSBO objection, it's not a no. It's an invitation to stay close, add value, and be the agent that they call when they're ready and they're fed up. Lead with that understanding, share data points, share value, and leave the door open. Follow up. That's the play. If you want to work through, handle seller objections with confidence, and build a true listing strategy, let's talk. Listings are my specialty. Book a free call, add my calendar link below, or find me on Instagram at PK Residential, and let's get to work.